Here we are again, folks, with Trail and Hike, and it is Tuesday. Just got out of work, overcast again, and we are walking in Painted Post. All right. We're going to be going down the walking path in Riverside here soon, so this is Painted Post. Like I told you yesterday, we did the river walk, and today we're going to do the walking path that actually they run the Wine Glass Marathon on the end leg of it that comes down through Riverside and Corning, and we'll show you that when we get to the end. But we're walking over, kind of doing a loop. But this is Painted Post, where it's Dresser Rand now, used to be called Ingersoll Rand. It's located here, and it's just on the outskirts of Corning. It literally goes Corning, Riverside, then Painted Post. They all connect to each other. I have Sherry again on our walk. Say hi, Sherry. So we're still waiting for that sunny day. It was sunny earlier, and again it's overcast here in upstate New York. All right. Got a bunch of people out today because the weather's at least decent. It might be overcast, but at least it's in the 60s. So that helps. A couple of beautiful dogs over here. So we'll see how long we go today, how far it is. Look at those beautiful dogs. Hey guys. Hey guys. Oh, look at those. Those are pretty. The purple. I wonder what type of bushes they are. That's a nice border.
Real full.
Remember this house was for sale when we were going to look at it when we were looking. All right, here's the train tracks. These are the tracks that deliver products right down to, goes right into, literally into Dresser Rand, like right into the factory. And Dresser Rand, of course, makes air compressors, and I think they do the NASCAR air compressors too. I'll show you a little view down here. Going right down the tracks to Dresser Rand. So as you see, there we go, and I'll try to zoom in. Let me get, and as you can see down there at the end, you can see the entrance where it goes right into the plant. And so it's the easy way to get their products taken. And that way is Corning as well. The way we're facing right now is Corning. You can see the radio towers up there that I showed you before. So we are going to head this way. This is Chemung Street and Painted Post. Right on the left over here is there's an actual park. What's the name of the park over here again? Not Hodgman, or Hodgman, right? Hodgman Park. That's where they have Colonial Days, a little festival they have every year. So we are walking down Chemung. Not much traffic over here. This is a little secluded neighborhood that's right behind. Yesterday I walked past Corning Hawks High School. Remember I told you the middle school had combined, the two had combined, and we'll be walking past that over here, which is Corning West High. What used to be Corning West High, but is now the Corning Middle School. Look at, someone put a wreath up in the tree. Look at that. You see that? They threw a Christmas wreath in the tree. Alright. So, follow these tracks. This is just another neighborhood. This is the town I was, if you listened to, what was it, 2 days ago about painted post. There actually used to be a painted post on the side of where the rivers connect over here in the 1700s that would allow Indians and settlers know where they were at on the river. And if we happen to walk past it, I'll show you the actual monument and stuff they have for it. So it's a pretty quiet area though.
Houses need some work.
Yeah, this area was mostly people that worked at the Dresser-Rand plants. So most of these houses are double houses, side by sides, and so the families that used to work at the plant's still going. It's not as big as it used to be when it was Ingersoll Rand, but it's certainly still going. But it's a little neighborhood. As you can see up in the distance, you can see the trains up on the train tracks that they left there. You see them right up there? The train, they left the train right up there, see it?
Yeah.
Must have detached to take something in. So glad you came with us again for the walk. Hope you're getting to be able to move a little bit where you are. So being stuck in the house the whole time. Well, these trees are really starting to bud now. A couple good days of sunshine, I think they'll all be blooming. We just haven't had the sunshine lately. This weekend's supposed to be beautiful though here.
Is it
Yeah,
70s?
mid 60s and sunny at least. All weekend. Which is nice. Not much traffic. There's not much through traffic where we're walking right now, so don't have to deal with many cars. We walk this quite often. Over here you can see the tracks. Right on the other side of the tracks is I-86. That's going westbound. The one I showed you yesterday was I-86 going eastbound. You see the train, they must have left off there, and they're probably going to hook back up to it when they're done delivering the stuff they have to deliver at Dresser-Rand. Oh, that one house is for sale now. Over there, see it? Isn't it? They used to have all the stuff out. Now this is a nice little quiet neighborhood back here. It's not bad out today. The wind isn't blowing. It's pretty decent.
It's blowing a little bit, make my eyes water.
Oh, yeah. We are right up behind the middle school. I'll show you once we get up here on this corner. Pretty decent size for middle school. Like I said, it used to be the Corning West High School. Now the middle school, so pretty decent size. This along the dike. I'm not sure what creek this is here. Do you know what creek this is that runs into the river? Got a touch of blues. See that one little blue spot up there? And there's a little bit over there too. I wish there'd be a whole lot of it so we got some sun. And here is the back end of the Corning Paint and Post Middle School. They're still the Hawks, right? The middle school?
I'd imagine it's got to be Corning Paint and Post Hawks Middle School.
Yeah. Well, normally they have different mascots for middle schools and high schools, but
Shows up front.
I think Corning is the same. I think the middle school and the high school both are the Hawks.
Yeah, because I think Gracie's sports stuff in middle school had it too.
So as you see, this has, like I was telling you yesterday, you can see the green on the buildings. West High was green and white, and the one that we walked by yesterday was maroon and white, the Trojans. That's why this is green, because it used to be the Vikings. Used to be a big rivalry for Corning that people look forward to every year. And then because of cost, I think a lot of communities, they combine the programs and combine the schools. Whether it was beneficial or not, they can be the judge. Little ice cream place over there in the hill. Oh yeah, it is the Hawks, you're right. That is weird to have the middle school and the high school, both the Hawks. Because there's always, even when it was East and West Trojans and Vikings, it was still Northside Tigers and CFA Bulldogs. But they went all Hawks. Great day for walking, a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I had to wear a jacket. Today it's decent. There's quite a few people getting ice cream over there, cars. This is where Sherry went to high school, which is now the middle school. And like I said yesterday, two of my sisters and my brother went here, and me and my youngest sister, we went to Corning East. And this is the middle school. It's pretty, like I said, it's pretty big size. Used to be the high school. Got some nice flowers coming in and some nice mulch. Mulching really makes it look nice if it's cleaned up right. And the flag's half-mast for all the people that's passed away from COVID-19. Nice thing is, at least here in New York, we're starting to pass the hump, at least as far as New York City's concerned. They were getting wrecked pretty bad, and it's slowly evening out. So I think all the stay-at-home orders really did people good. Now they just got to figure out how to go forward from here. That's going to be the next plan, but at least that first plan's slowing down, and that's a good sign. Now we can start moving on. Well, they redid the entrance. Remember all the doors they used to have there? Used to be like 6 sets, remember?
Oh, you got this.
This is all new.
Next one.
Yeah, he did some work here at the middle school too. Over here is the middle school field. Even though most of sports is played still either at the stadium or Denison Park or different fields. This is more of a practice field. And there's the big Hawk sign. So I'm going to show you on here how I was telling you about the eye yesterday, because West High was green and Corning East was maroon. So I'm going to show you the eye of this hawk, how they incorporated the old colors, because now it's just black and gold. But if you look at the eye, it actually has the colors of the old high school. See that? So the maroon represents Corning East High and the green represents Corning West High. But that is the mascot. That's a pretty cool mascot. I like it. And this is the practice field over here. Actually, the baseball team does play over there. That's a nice baseball field. I used to play on that when we played West. It's a decent field for sure. So that can definitely be utilized. One time, Sherry and I were walking through here, and these bleachers that you see on the left-hand side, there was actually a hibernating bear under the stands. That scared the you-know-what out of us. Right there to have a bear. You see these right here. And this actually connects to Hodgman Park, or I'm not, no, this is a what's the name of this park, McKinley?
No, it's not Hodgman.
Yeah, this is Craig, that's it. So this actually connects to Craig, which is right over on the other side. They used to have a pool there, but it looks like they're digging it up, and they've just recently put in a dog park, which is only our only dog park I know around. I mean, but it would have been nice, I think, to put something for the kids more than the dogs, but they need a place too. All right, so let's see. Walking on the track now. I don't even know if they'll, I doubt they'll even finish school this year, except what they're going to do online. I don't think they'll be back. And that stinks for the seniors. They can't finish their last year of sports or anything, but... Well, definitely, because baseball and everything's going to be all over by the time they get to even go back. It's already May, almost. A couple days before May. They could have did a lot with this park. There's a lot of empty space being not being utilized, I should say.
I wonder what they'll do with the building.
Yeah, good question. So if any of you are from Corning or Painted Post and live elsewhere now, I'm going to show you, if you remember what Craig Park Pool looked like, which was one of the 3 pools that were open here, Stewart Park and Denison Park, all being filled in. Closed a few years ago and being completely filled in. It's too bad. The kids need a, I think, is Stewart Park still open or just Denison now? But this area in Painted Post, they don't have anything here for swimming or, but they did put in the dog park though. So at least that's something. It was just empty space and concrete for the most part. Yeah.
Plenty of places to walk your dog.
So it says visit our website at villageofpaintedpost.com. That's the Indian and monument I was telling you about that's over there. See it? And that thing behind the Indian standing is actually a replica of the painted post that was on the river. That's like their crest or seal for painted post. But here's the brand new dog park if you're from the area and have not seen it in a while. They do have a dog park here now at Craig Park. Two-sided. One looks like it's got chips on it, and the other has grass with little courses to train your dog, I guess. It's called the Craig Park Dog Park. There it is. Looks like they planted trees all along there, see them? On the...
Yeah.
So now, this is actually going to start the walking path up here. Like I said, this is part of the Wineglass Marathon, which is a precursor to the Boston Marathon. So I think if you perform and finish in the Wineglass Marathon, you're entered into the Boston Marathon. People actually come from all over the world to race, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. People fly into it. It's usually in what, October? They do that?
September, I believe.
Alright. So as you see here, the renovation of the bike path made possible by a gift to the communities of Painted Post and Riverside from the Wineglass Marathon, September 2015. It is a nice community walking path though. Another one that used to be a railroad, kind of like a rails to trails, taking the place of an old railroad that used to run through Riverside. So it's nice if you come to Corning and you got family and you want to ride bikes without worrying about traffic and everything. This would be a nice little ride for you. It has a couple parks. There's actually two parks. The one that we were just at, and then there's another park in Riverside. We've walked this hundreds of times, haven't we, Sherry?
Hundreds.
There's those benches they made. Those are easy makes. Literally, you come out, take measurements, make them. Water's running off the hill. We got so much rain. Well, I showed you the river yesterday, how that island was completely covered and the trees were in the water. Did you see that? I took pictures on the video yesterday.
No,
The whole island off the bridge was so high, the river.
Towards Lindley and everywhere, it's way up.
All right. Kids outside enjoying the day. Walking through the tunnel to get to the walking path. That looks cool on there. Look, going out. Kids out there being kids, seeing who's on the swing set next. And we come out to the walking path. And there is an old railroad depot. And the distance we'll be going by, that's actually a museum now that houses a lot of local artifacts in it. And it looks like there's quite a few people in the parking lot to take advantage of this day. See, it's still wet in spots, drying. We got lots of rain. It was pretty bad. So all this rain and then this weekend being sunny for 3 or 4 days, everything should pop and the grass will need trimming again. And here is the old railroad station. This is the original station. They just redid it, and like I said, it houses a museum now. This was the Painted Post New York stop. Obviously it's not open now with everything going on, but they do have some really nice, cool things in there of the local area, and it's free when it is open. But I'm glad they took care of that Corning. There's a few railroad spots they've taken care of. When the Phoebe Snow and the Central used to run through here in the Erie, Lackawanna. Oh yeah, look at the little mini bench. Look at that, guys. That's pretty neat for the kids. How cool is that? Probably easy to make too. All right, we're gonna cross the road here. Really old cemetery over here. I don't think it's anything new, that's for sure. It's all really old. As you can see, this path goes for quite a bit, and there's quite a few people out. Everyone's still trying to do their social distancing, 6 feet apart, because you're supposed to wear masks if you can't social distance in New York, but there's enough space for everyone's walking. There's plenty of room. Look at the sky. Come on, keep it coming. Look at that blue up there. Yeah. We don't see the sunshine that much in the spring here. They say in spring either comes in like a lamb and goes out like a lion, or comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Well, we're the latter of the two. It definitely came in like a lion. So I hope the rest of it's smooth sailing. But it's nice to see all the kids and everything outside instead of, they're probably sick of sitting inside playing games. That's one advantage I've seen. I've seen kids outside more than I think I ever have. You know what? And there he is, Mr. Spencer Cavallaro. How are we doing, guys? Alright, and that was one of my best friends from school, son that drove by, Spencer Cavallaro. His dad is Doc Possum, pretty around here well-known musician. We're still technically in Painted Post. We're headed towards Riverside. When did they take this railroad out of here? When did they switch this?
I was a kid.
So 80s, early 80s?
Probably somewhere in there. I remember playing on the tracks.
Yeah, I remember when the trains used to come here, because you used to be able to hear the whistles too. When we lived on Reynolds, you could hear the whistles blowing. Look at this old house that they're redoing. They just started doing it. See the old widows walk up there. This house was going on the dilapidated side, and finally someone bought this beautiful house and started to redo it, which is nice. It's a nice little path, so if you're ever down Corning painted post. You need a nice place to walk or ride bikes. This is a decent path. Alright, here's another view of that Widow's Walk. There it is right there. You don't see them on houses anymore. That's kind of neat. If I had it, I'd probably put a hot tub or something. But just to show you where we're coming from. Zoom back out there. Oh, the sky's starting to get nice. Hopefully the sun stays out. That's where you're coming from. And heading back this way. This house over here, it's got the green top. We actually were thinking about buying that when we were looking, but it was so tiny. Remember how tiny that was on the inside?
Yeah.
Nice area, and it was a nice house, and it was all redone on the inside. Just too small. It's nice for if you had just a couple people or maybe parents and one child. It'd be perfect for, but not for a bigger family, that's for sure. Turned out to be gorgeous. See the trees blooming. Cool picture with the green, isn't that nice? The greens and the blues. That's a nice view in the clouds. Different shades of trees blooming. As you can hear too, it's pretty quiet, no cars this way. Alright, and we're coming up to, we just went into Riverside from Painted Post in the walking path. As you can see, the bushes are starting to bloom. Lots of people now that the sun came out. Look at these bushes, the tops of them are starting to bloom. Look at those blue skies and the cloud, just turned out perfect. A lot better than I thought it was going to be, that's for sure. Over here to the right is the town hall. So Sherry's families have a lot of her parties and gatherings because she grew up right around here. And that's the Riverside Town Hall. Yeah, well, the actual town hall, that was just the garage. This is the town hall here that's got the flag in it. Not that. That was just the garage where they keep the snow plows and stuff for the city or for the town. This is the actual town hall right there. That's where they have the parties in there. It's pretty nice in there. Yeah, so you can see this is a pretty decent walking path. I don't know if you notice these brown things over here. They used to have exercise equipment all up and down here. Most of it's long gone now, but they used to have different stations where you could stop and exercise. And what we see over there is Sherry's old homestead in the distance, where her madre still lives and her brother. And here's the other park, but as of now they have it roped off so that you can't use it. There's Rocky. Huh? Yeah, then he'll follow us. She's trying to get him. There he is. That's what she was doing, trying to catch Rocker. No, it was Rocky. Alright. And over here is the park. You can see they got the ropes around it. So people can't use it. It's too, they just don't want them touching the machines because they can't clean it down. That's why. That makes sense. They don't want the virus to pass. That makes complete sense. Climbing up the ladders and touching everything. It's definitely more wide open. They took down the trees and stuff, huh? They used to be right here. So this is called Hanshaw Park in Riverside, but it's not open.
Definitely gonna buy some bikes.
What a beautiful, gorgeous day it's turned out. As you can see, there's many, many people walking because of the nice day. So this goes for a good mile and a half, maybe. The walking path, maybe a mile, maybe somewhere around there. No more than a mile and a half. So if you go from one end and go back and forth, at least you got, 2 to 3 miles. Nice walk or bike. But also connects to other little neighborhoods where you can keep going. So we're gonna head over now and go over a little walking bridge and show you Cutler Creek. You can see the trees are starting to bloom. I thought it was going to be not this nice, that's for sure. It definitely got beautiful, perfect. What a change of pace. So it's a good place to come over, and I know there's some geocaches hidden on here if you do any geocaching. I know there's a few on this pathway. You can see up at the top there, that's I-86 there, where you see the cars going by. This goes right underneath it. There's a walking path in the tunnel that goes right underneath it. Well, it really turned out beautiful, didn't it? It's gorgeous.
definitely don't need this coat.
It's going to dry up some of this wet too. That's a nice thing. A little bit of a breeze, and the sun out is going to dry up so people can do their yard work this weekend. See that sky, look at that over towards the hill, the radio towers, and I-86, just beautiful. See, and this is get over here. Bike trail renovations, connecting the communities. This was actually done in 1990. Wow, it's the anniversary of it. 30 years already. Can you believe that? 1990 was 30 years ago. That just sounds weird, doesn't it? It seems like the 90s were yesterday. All you that are at home and might be our age, doesn't 1990 sound not too long ago? And it was literally 30 years ago. From this year, 30. That just doesn't even make sense. I can't be that old. No way.
Way.
Yeah, I think so. And this is Cutler Creek. It's pretty high too. This little pedestrian bridge that goes across. As you can see,
Wow, it's really high.
Village of Riverside Bike Trail Bridge.
It's way up to the cement.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is high. Normally right down here, you can stand right down here. See those rocks and where that grass is and stuff? You can stand out there. This is high. Oh yeah.
It up from there to there and make it rise
Look at
to
that,
the sky
guys.
swimming.
If any of you, look how deep that is. If any of you people are familiar over here, went to Corning, look how this is pretty high for Cutler Creek. You barely get trickles out of this, but look at this running over here.
Just jump off right here.
Look at that. It's running pretty good, that's for sure. It is definitely high. And this connects. Yeah, it's definitely deep. Look how deep it is, even right there over the grass. So this goes right to the Chemung River, right down there. Connects right down there to the Chemung River. What we walked on yesterday on the dike walk. So I always have you can never go halfway across the bridge. You always got to go the other side. Someone told me it's bad luck before. If you're on a bridge and you don't cross it all the way, it's bad luck. So you always got to put 2 feet on the other side. All right, we get 2 feet, and there you can see the tunnel. So that goes, you can see how it goes right through there. That goes right to the Corning north side. So through this tunnel's Corning. So we're in Riverside, through that tunnel's Corning, and we came from Painted Post. So now we're gonna head back towards this way. We'll do a little dike walk here. But here, as you can see, the bridge. Nice little pedestrian walkway. Yeah, this used to be a play area for all the kids around here. Come over and play and get in the water. And it's actually fairly clean because it's coming off the hills and from the lakes, and there's really no industry to pollute it, and people don't dump stuff in it. So it's a fairly clean water stream that connects into Chemung, because I know a lot of places don't have clean water as far as swimming and streams anymore, but this is fairly clean because it's usually always running. It's a constant flow to the river. Now we're going to take you on a little dike and neighborhood walk. Yeah, folks, I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. I'll be right back. I gotta take my jacket off. It's getting warm. Following Sherry. See, she just took hers off. Time to take mine off. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick pause here, and we'll start right again. All right. Took the jacket off. It's just getting too warm. Mid 60s. Not used to that here. So this is just a little dike. Yesterday we took our walk on the dike over by the river. This is just along for the creek, just a little extra security for Riverside if Cutler ever gets that high. I don't think I've ever seen Cutler that high. Not probably since the flood of 72. When I was telling you about this, the whole area was just decimated during the flood of 72. If you guys want to see something, I'll do some pictures on it sometime, but Google Corning, New York flood in 1972. That was just devastation from Hurricane Agnes. But as you can see, there's just beautiful rolling hills here in upstate New York. And when it's nice, it's just beautiful. We just don't have much of spring anymore. It seems like we go almost right directly from winter into a milder winter right into summer.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have our falls, but the springs have all but dissipated.
Still get snowstorms in April.
Yeah, it's been snowing. That's why I said it's been snowing right through until April. So it pretty much snows. It can literally start in October, end of October, November, December, January, February, March, and into April. It snowed about 4 or 5 times already in April this year. But there's also pros that you don't have to deal with. You don't have to deal with a lot of bugs. They don't live in the winter. And you do get the gorgeous, gorgeous summers and falls here. So there's trade-offs everywhere you live. So we're walking right down by the train tracks. Should we cut down? Alright, let's cut down here. Head down. Do a little town walk through. So again, remember guys, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification button so we can notify you whenever we put up new, and we're slowly getting more views and more views. So this is video number 3. We're going to keep them going. Eventually we're going to take it across the country as we start going more and more places. We've got it set in our minds that we're going to do some traveling and some wandering. So, but for this year it's probably going to be more local than anything because of everything going on. There's not going to be many places you can go. So this we were walking through is still Riverside. And this blue house over here, just for S's and giggles, me and Sherry, when we were out looking at our home to buy, they had an open house for this, and we said, what the heck, let's just check. You never know, maybe you could add on, whatever. This had the smallest staircase. It must have been for hobbits that went to the upstairs. It was pretty funny. But it wasn't this bright blue, so these people picked that color, teach their own. Not sure it's what I would have went with, but that's their choice.
Remember how weird the inside was?
Yes.
Up and
it was
this weird room.
Yeah, it was like a molester house or something, like places to stash and hide things. But it was someone. It definitely had its own unique personality. I'll say that. That's for sure. All right.
totally could wear shorts.
I know. I could have just wore a t-shirt. Actually, I got one on. It was not like this at all. You probably saw at the beginning, but look at those clouds over there, folks, in the yonder. I am hoping that's not coming this way because this is too nice and I do not want to give it up. Let me get you over them clouds. See that? Yeah, zooming in. Look at those gravies. Stay over there. We've already seen enough of you. Don't need any more. Hopefully it'll stay that way over there. Bypasses. Just beautiful now. And this is Sherry Street here, Clark Street. Her grow up neighborhood. And Oliver's sister. You have how many sisters and brothers?
6 sisters, 2 brothers.
6 sisters, 2 brothers. So another big Italian family. And I have 5 sisters and a brother. It is getting warm and I love it. I am not going to complain a bit because it doesn't look like it's going to last. So bring it on. And this over here is the church. They just built this warehouse thing. It's part of the church, but they got quite a following, so they had to add on to it. They get quite busy. It's called the Hope Center, I believe. So and we are taking the neighborhood back to Painted Post. Right up here is Pulteney Street, the street we're on. Yesterday I told you that you can stay on that street and it goes pretty much all the way to Bath. We were at the end of it yesterday, if you watch the video. We were at the very end. If you stay straight on Pulteney Street, it goes all the way up through Corning, Painted Post, Cooper's Plain, Savona, Campbell, right to Bath. These side streets don't get driven too much over here in these neighborhoods. There's a couple plants right here. There's actually Storeflex that makes coolers and packaging plant and shelving, and there's Dresser-Rand, so a lot of the workforce is right around here. Beautiful tree. Look at that tree. Isn't that pretty? Look at that tree right there. That is pretty. Look at that. That's a nice tree. They always look so nice, don't they? They always have the same shape, those trees.
Nice little umbrella.
Yeah. You get to see tulips coming up everywhere. You see tulips in front of the house there. They're popping up.
I smell somebody grilling.
Oh yeah, someone's definitely cooking up. So I just said a few minutes ago, it's one of them cookout. That's what it feels like when you get good weather like this. It's nice to hear the birds chirping, the dogs barking, sun shines out. Just feels like end of spring, and we almost made it through the winter, almost. So don't forget, Mother's Day is what, this Sunday, right? Mother's Day? I think it's, is it this Sunday, Mother's Day? Gosh, it's, you know, with everything, I'm sure you guys feel the same, that days run together with all this going on, but I'm pretty sure Mother's Day is Sunday. So if you're a mother out there, happy early Mother's Day. And it's going to be one of them tough ones again, just like Easter was and everything, where we can't see our families like the birthdays, but we still got the FaceTime and Zoom meetings and WhatsApp and Facebook, so make sure you still Facebook your mama. Hey, they got a big red wheel too on the front. Look at the old wagon wheel right there. I like those old wagon wheels. That looks like a real one too.
Sure.
Some of these houses they've really started to put back together. I think what's happened is a lot of properties got so expensive. Middle income people are buying the cheaper houses and redoing them, and you can see that in all the neighborhood. Oh, look at for the birthday. That's fun. Happy birthday, because they probably can't have people over. So they got all the, look at that. Julia's 4th birthday. Happy birthday, Julia. That's kind of neat. That's what people are doing now. Because you can't have your normal get-togethers and people coming over the house. Now look at this house, guys. Isn't this weird? I've never seen the top of the house like that. Isn't that weird, Sherry?
Added on like that.
I've never seen a top like that. I mean, I bet it looks cool.
Yeah,
Probably.
there's probably one massive
Yeah,
room.
it's probably like a huge, like lofted area. I just never seen a house like that because it looks like a tiny house with that grew a little bit. The top popped up. These are all the things you get to see when you walk when you don't drive. More tulips straight ahead. Oh, there's some pretty orange ones. Look at those. Orange and reds.
Oh, yeah.
I'll zoom in, guys, show you that. See those? Oh, right here. I went past it. Sorry. Look at those. Those are pretty. Those are pretty. Most of these are probably bloomed in your area of the country already and past it. So I said it still feels like the beginning of spring almost, like winter hasn't even really left here. And we're headed toward Pulteney Street now. And we'll be going by up here the Indian. I told you the American Indian with the painted post is kind of like not mascot's not the right word, the symbol of painted post. See, I actually call this High Street, but it's still Pulteney Street. It's part of Pulteney. And we're walking up. Now this is one of the busier streets. And this connects, like I said, it goes right through and it connects Painted Post and Riverside to Corning. And so this is one of the more actively driven streets. Right now, however, it would be packed, being just after 6 o'clock. But with everything going on, it's not even nearly a couple cars here and there. Oh, I can smell the grass. It smells like summer. I love the smell of freshly cut grass and the rain. There's just something about it. It reminds me of baseball. When my dad used to cut the grass and my mom would have the Yankee games on and we'd be watching Yankee games, I just have that same feeling with the, whenever you guys ever get those smells and it reminds you of something. Hey, is he selling those snowblowers? Looks like he had stickers on them for sale, didn't it?
Yeah, we've got a couple of things out here for sale.
We didn't barely get.
Pink tree.
Oh yeah, look at that. Good call. Look at that tree. That is beautiful. Especially next to the other one with the green, isn't it? Yeah, that is pretty. Look at that. that
So
spring.
find some flowering trees.
There's a magnolia tree right next to it. Look at those magnolias ready to pop. Now that is, they're getting ready to get huge. See the magnolias? Yeah, they're getting ready to pop. See all them? They're gonna be so big. It's nice to see the springtime trees blooming. Yeah, in this rain and sunshine, the grass is definitely have to be getting cut quick. It's gonna grow like wildfire. Got Mickey D's up here, and you're gonna see Ingersoll Rand up here on the left here. The other big factory I told you about.
Go for one of those caramel drinks.
Yes. I'll have to hit the drive-through. Alright, let's cross. So we're gonna cross the street.
Remember they had a little sub shop in the end here?
Yep.
Long
That was a
when we
long
first
time
opened it.
ago,
We
yeah.
worked there for a little while.
That was a long time ago.
I forget what the hell it's called.
All these hairstylists and stuff, they gotta be, hopefully their business doesn't crumble. All the barbers and salons all around, and here's Mickey D's. And over to the left here, past Mickey D's, is actually the factory, Dresser Rand. Over there, some of the factory workers are still there. And this used to be Immaculate Heart. Well, it still is Immaculate Heart. It's not quite sold yet. This used to be the Catholic Church in Painted Post, but since then, since we had Immaculate Heart, we had St. Mary's, we had St. Vincent, we had St. Patrick. So we actually had 4 Catholic churches, and they've all combined to one now, to St. Mary's. And this one's for sale, and that's going to be the last one that hasn't been sold yet. One was tore down, St. Vincent's was sold, and now that one's up for sale.
So weird.
Yeah.
I used to walk down here every Sunday, cut through everybody's yards.
Yeah.
Cut straight through.
There's our Blessed Mother over there. As you can see, right there. Statue. Hopefully that goes to St. Mary's and they put it outside. Huh?
For you.
What?
I was looking for you. Thought you were back there.
Walking through the gas station. This over here, that round building used to be a bank. That would be an awesome restaurant. Like Carrie said, she'd like to have it as a house. Need lots of curtains. It's a really cool building. I'd love to have a restaurant in there. That would be amazing. People sit and you have a view no matter where you sit. All right, we're gonna cross the street. We're getting close up here. Yeah, I know, I smell McDonald's too. You can always smell the grease. I'm surprised no one's went into this plant over here. That's been vacant for a long time. How are you? You know what? That's been vacant for a long time.
Nothing in there now?
No,
I thought it was just offices.
no, there's nothing in there. As you can see, that's the car wash where we just came from. This is the building, just on. And Dresser Inn is going to be next to it over here. Oh, that's cool. A little double bike action. Go over here.
What we need.
Cool. And there is Dresser Inn. That's actually the operations part right there, where all the offices are before the factory. And over here, show you this, a lot of people just walk by all the time. Look at this, the cannon. This is from the World War, from 1930. This is from World War I, as you can see. And look at this cannon from World War I. Isn't that neat? Nice little monument. This way I go to that monument. Gotta go to the Indian monument. Right up here is the monument. We're almost to it, the one I told you about. Where it shows it's got one of the, well, they tried to make the post to make it look like the original that was sitting on the river bank. And you see over here a statue for the locals that served during the Civil War. A lot of people pass this stuff by and they don't know there's a Civil War monument there. Then there's a World War I monument, as you can see. And there's more cannons and cannonballs there in the ground in honor of the Civil War men that fought and died for our country from here. That's pretty neat. Post office, this one was built 1937. Pena Post Office. This and through here is a combination of different stores and a little shopping center that you can walk. They have restaurants and flower shops and shoe clothing places through there. This is the Central.
Go in there and get a big dragonfly made. I can't find a dragonfly on Amazon. A big one.
And here, as you can see, it says Pena Post, your hometown. And here is the Native American Indian with the replica of the post. I gotta get over this way so the sun doesn't blind us. So you can see. All right, here's the entire story of it. As you can see, it shows where the post was on the water from the Iroquois says during the colonial period, the valleys of the Chemung River tributaries comprised the domain of the Senecas. This unit of the Iroquois Confederacy was called a Door of the